So it has been a while since we were down here. Have you got one of these?
Oh, unusually, no, I don't.
This is not a negative.
I thought I'd sorted some of this.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Charles has slipped back in.
That sounds wrong.
Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm back with Helen.
Hi.
And this is part 2 of what I have named the, what do I call it? The Extreme Declutter?
Yes, extreme, deluxe, something.
The Extreme Deluxe.
Bespoke.
Bespoke Declutter. And so I popped round to Helen's to see how you're getting on. No pressure.
Well, I have to say, I don't think you'll be thrilled.
Right.
It's not 100%.
Might I be impressed in some areas? A little bit.
That's for you to find.
Okay. A lot of the viewers here have really related to your situation and left you loads of lovely comments. So thank you to everybody who's commented.
Yeah.
Did you see any of them?
Well, you know what I'm like. I mean, you know, I'm not, but that is so lovely because we just went for it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's so good.
And you've been really open with like showing your home and showing your collections and showing all of your letters.
Yes.
If you've missed this, by the way, part 1 will be linked in the description box so you can have a little look at that first. Let's have a little catch up. Let's see where Helen has got to. Let's check the mantelpiece first of all, shall we?
Mantelpiece, yes.
Here we are. We're blocking the mantle, but...
Yes, what do you think?
Do you know what? I am actually very impressed with this.
Right.
I was expecting you might have snuck in quite a few more belongings.
Well, you know what was really interesting is you were talking about sort of karma and manifesting and bringing new energy in. Because I had a lot of things like for years old, really old.
There were a lot of invitations if you missed that vlog, and a lot of letters, a lot of celebration cards, things like that.
And I couldn't bring myself to get rid of them because I thought, oh, it makes me feel popular, or rather look popular, to have your invites. And then you were saying, look, you know, that's not relevant, that's like 1954.
Well,
so
I thought maybe if you cleared some space, it would kind of like, in a manifesting way, allow invites to come in. Because like if your mantle's full of invites, you haven't got the room for your new invites, potentially.
You're like, old invites. So what I've got here, I've got a thank you card from 2 people, very neat writing.
And is this a new one?
And this is a new one,
Amazing.
so I thought it's allowed to go up there.
That's allowed to go up there.
Because it's new-ish.
Yeah.
It's a few weeks old now, though.
And have you thought about how long this will stay up there for at all, yet?
I
mean,
haven't
it's probably early days, isn't
about it. There'll be a moment when you come round to my house and just take it off. But I just thought, I was, do you know, because of what you'd said, I thought, do you know, I'm now pleased to put a current thing up there.
Yeah.
Because it means that we're doing stuff now, we're not sort of living in the past.
Yes, and you've got the space to put it there, whereas before, with it all rammed and stacked up, it would get lost in amongst the older ones, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
so,
it was rammed.
Yeah. And you've got some more bits here.
The pencils found their way back, or did we? I can't remember if we...
The pencils did end up here, and that did get a few comments.
Oh really? Yeah, it's a lot of pencils.
Well, yeah, I think it was more than being on the mantelpiece, which divided opinions. But you know, as I said, a lot of the viewers here really relate to you and also to your home, because not everybody wants to have kind of the very sterile organisation. So that's what I thought we'd talk about a little bit today, is how you can kind of be organised but in a more creative way, which I thought might be more up your street.
Well, I mean, I'm open to that. I get muddled quite easily, so I don't know, by moving things into file situations, I don't know what that's going to make me feel.
Okay, yeah.
So otherwise, because then you're just hiding things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's an old, is it old? That's an invitation. Somebody's going to be 80 on the 20th of October. I've not replied, how rude.
Oh, okay.
But it's current.
This is this year.
I can see it now.
This is an invite for this year. And it's on the mantelpiece. We're good to go.
Des is 80.
Happy birthday, Des, in October.
I've not replied, but I will. Yeah.
I'm impressed. This is brilliant. Do you know what? Since we've done this, all I've noticed come onto here, apart from the invite, is a Barcelona candle, which a candle's always welcome.
Yeah.
Now, what's this Sandringham house?
Oh yeah, no, a bit of royalty.
Right, so
Charles has gone back.
Charles has slipped back in.
That sounds wrong. So wrong.
So this is, a beautiful letter. Yeah. But I see what you've done there. I mean, We need a bit of Charles on
I
Mantle.
just needed
Fair
some
enough.
royalty.
And
approval.
it's so subtle because the Sandringham house was just peeping out over the Pointless Awards.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Well, do you know what, Helen? I'm impressed.
Yeah?
Is the crystal new?
I think maybe you can just see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and did you know, crystals, that you're supposed to wash them in salt and then leave them in moonlight and then bring them back? So lots been happening with this.
Good.
Yeah?
All right. Well, thumbs up so far. Very impressed. And next up, how about I show you some of these little storage ideas?
Yeah, I'm excited. Actually, that you have made that sound very appealing.
Let's see what you think.
Yeah.
Hi, I have got some bits for Helen, but Helen has actually picked up something
Yeah.
for yourself.
I did. Now,
I'm very excited to see.
Now these are not significant. Now when I did countdown, these are like words, so they're just weird. I don't know.
How did you get on with countdown?
I don't know how highly I scored, but like these are the words that you have to like gawked, retinoids, and then I've got some free paper that's got nothing on it, manlier. Just words, informal, we know that word, but we don't know the other words, do we?
Are these your scribbles from the studio when you were recording this?
Because I had to get help from Susie Dent.
Okay.
Because I'm not. And those are all my gigs, so we don't need those. Right. So, this is what I bought.
Hello.
And it's called Save Paper, Save Memories. I thought this is the theme.
It.
But I don't like it a lot.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I don't like it, Ewan. And it's exactly what I predicted it was going to be. I'm not happy with the flowers.
Yeah, we have mentioned this a few times as I've been going through options for you. You do not like floral.
Well, I don't know, because I'm quite an old person and I feel that this is kind of more for a teenager. It's quite youthful. I'll get used to it. Listen, it clicks. Here's the thing.
It's quite subtle.
It's subtle. I got over myself.
Yeah, good.
I bought it.
Excellent.
And then, this is the clickety-click thing.
Yeah.
Just to have somewhere that would keep your things. I now understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
Just because they're all like flat.
I like this. What is in here, by the way?
This is from what we took off the mantelpiece.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
These are the special cards that we selected. And also, I like the fact this is plastic because they'll be very well protected.
Yeah, and you just go in there, clickety-click. There.
Lovely.
Did you hear that?
I love that,
Clickety
very
click.
satisfying.
Yeah.
And actually, if you had a few of these on a shelf, that wouldn't take up much room at all.
Actually.
Considering how many bits of paperwork and special things you've got in there.
Yeah, because those are the precious things from the mantelpiece. They're not crushed, but they're all in one place. So my panic was, where they're going to be redistributed. What if we left a piece of paper under the table?
Yeah.
And so you go, that pile went into that thing, clickety click.
If in your mind you're thinking like mantelpiece, where are these things going to go in the home? You could just pop them in the drawer now next to the mantelpiece, so you kind of know that they're still within that vicinity.
Exactly. You know they came from there and they're precious.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I had a similar kind of thought as you.
Okay.
But I think you could use some of these bits elsewhere in the home. Now I picked these up, you know I love a bargain. So these did come from the boot sale.
Ooh.
First of all.
Ooh.
So
it's so exciting when you take it out of
and I think we've got some nice quality. It's coming out of the bag. Right, so I need to put this bit to one side. So the first thing that I selected at the boot sale was this. This is like a photo album.
Yeah.
But what I liked about this, a couple of things. I like the price. They'd marked it up £4.
From Liberty.
Well, I saw the Liberty sticker, but I think they were posh people because all of their items had Liberty stickers.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe they worked at
they
Liberties, or they just nicked some stickers.
I was thinking that, but I could
Were you
be
thinking
wrong.
stole some stickers?
Yeah. But anyway.
I think so. But actually, I've looked in the back and we have the original price point. So it's a nice one.
Oh.
Yeah, 32.
These are new glasses. That's
do you think that was
3,250?
I think we should say it is. This is from Selfridges originally, I think. It says recycled leather and paper made in England. What I liked about this one is that it's just got this plain pages.
Yeah.
And my idea for you was to get into something called junk journaling.
Junk journaling.
Yeah.
It's a new one on me.
Yeah. I think that's what we call it. It's for anybody that loves to save things like their tickets and their bits and bobs, and you junk journal, so you just slap them onto the pages.
How does it stick on there?
You could do a Pritt stick or some,
so you've got to glue
stickers. You can use stickers.
Stickers. So stickers meaning like colourful.
You could do decorative
Disney
stickers.
characters.
You could. If you, I mean, I think if you're into your Disney, you would definitely.
Okay.
But for you, I'm thinking Pritt stick.
Okay. Question to you on that. It's beautiful. It looks really nice and smart and pleasing.
Yeah.
But if you put your Pritt stick in, then you might sully your precious item.
Okay. Yeah, I do have another trick for you with that.
Okay.
You can get these. They're little self-adhesive corners. Have you seen those?
No.
And they're like a tiny little paper corner that's self-adhesive. Peel the back off, and with those you can put the corners on your photograph, peel the bits off, and it goes bang, and then no sticky is on anything.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I'd need that as an add-on.
Yeah, I can get you some of those. Amazon.
With the glue, I'm not feeling it. But with a little trick like that, everything done.
How do you feel about an album?
No, it's lovely. It looks really nice.
I liked this one because, you know the albums where you slip things in? I said it again, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying that.
You noted it yourself. I was a bit behind you there. Oh God, I've done... Anyway, carry on, please.
You know the ones with like the plastic pockets, the wallets, and you put the photographs into them? I'm not so keen on those because you're stuck with the same size photograph for the entire album, whereas sometimes you want different size photos in an album. And then also I think the cellophane, sometimes you can't really look at the photo as nicely when it's got the cellophane over it.
Yes, and I've got one like that, and occasionally I have to take a photograph out for work or something, and then it all gets a bit sticky, you know, and it is all a bit precarious,
So that's why I like the paper. So that's an option for us, for your photos, tickets, memories, invites, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's a shop called Sostre Negrena on Tottenham Court Road now.
Okay.
It's got really nice kind of tasteful but reasonably priced things.
Because this is a kind of nice dulled colour. You know,
I
it's
thought
kind
you'd like the colour.
Yeah.
And I think it fits in your home. You wouldn't even notice this in your home.
No,
it would go anywhere. It could go by your CD player. It could go.
Yeah, that's clever.
Stacked.
I tell you what, that is clever.
And it's like a book, but then it's storage.
Oh, okay. So I like that. I like that.
Here, you could squirrel away other things that are more 3D as well. If you had like little, you know, like you had. I'm just looking around.
Egg cup.
Yes.
Might fit.
Well, yeah. Or you know, if you've got little things that aren't flat.
And they can't, and they're not allowed to be on surfaces, because what you're trying to do is clear the surfaces.
A little bit, here and there, because sometimes you keep a trinket, don't you? It is like a trinket, like a champagne cork or something, and you just think, memories. So that's one way that we can sort of tidy those up.
And I really like that.
Okay,
it's
I was worried.
Thing. No.
I was worried about the pattern because it's borderline floral, but I don't think it's flowers.
It's not offensive.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. No, I'm happy with that.
Another solid choice.
Wow,
now,
well done.
my thought with personalising these, and this is where I thought about the creativity, because typically we would get the label maker out. So, have you got one of these?
Unusually, no, I don't. No, I haven't.
So with these, you just type in whatever you want and you press the thing. I think you'll find this really satisfying though.
Yeah.
Helen's actually going on an exciting trip soon. And if you wanted to label any of your belongings, you know, if you want to make sure that that is mine, you could use this.
Okay, wow. And also like in the fridge or something, that's a new thing. Everyone's doing that with cans of Coke, I noticed. But you know, like there's only 2 of us here at the moment, so it would be a bit over the top to label one's cheese.
Unless someone's taken the last of one's cheese,
yeah,
and then things
you go, that is mine.
Yes. So there we go. So you print it. You can just type in whatever you like.
Wow. And it whirs into life.
It whirs into life, and then this bit I enjoy pressing that and listen to the noise.
Okay, that was a small click. I was expecting more. You built that up.
Disappointed you.
A lot.
Yet again. Yes. I'm just here for the disappointment. So this, I can't even make it focus, but that does now say Helen. So with these, you can just peel the back off then and stick them on anything.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, no, that is amazing.
Can be handy for, I think, particularly when we do get to a more thorough look at your office.
Yeah.
This is handy because you can pop these on the edge of a shelf, on a magazine file.
But on folders, because I know it's my short-term solution to all the different leaves I've got, but I constantly need folders because it's in my mind I'm organising, like that will be like sitcom or spy or, you know, just the projects I'm doing. So then you just have the words.
Helen's always got at least, I would say, 50 projects on the go at one time.
Small amount of projects to get through.
And they're tabs in our minds as well, aren't they? So I think if we can sort of organise them in our home, it almost helps then with organising our brains a little bit.
Because I'm using those things, post-it notes, and then they fall off.
Yes.
So then I go, oh, I've done a post-it note, that's organised, and then the next time you look, it's not even there.
So the stickiness of those is key. The other thing I wanted to show you, a little gadget, which I thought you might like too, is one of these this is just for dealing with your confidential waste, so we're not having to do noisy shredding, which I personally cannot stand the noise of shredders. It just drives me bonkers. Yeah. And I know that you like to wear your headphones when you're working. You like peace and quiet.
I don't have any noise at all.
So this is good. If you've got, can I use this piece of paper?
You may. The countdown evidence.
This is basically a roller, and if you've got an address, you can just roll over it, and it makes it confidential. So it just sort of scribbles on top.
Oh my goodness.
And that's a really quick way if you've got parcels or letters and you just want to quickly get them into the recycling, you just whiz over with this.
Never seen
And these are really
anything.
cheap and cheerful to pick up.
That's amazing.
That's
sort
for
of
you,
like a blackout. Because when you give somebody a birthday present and you don't want them to see the price, but you can't get the price,
you can go over it with this.
You could. That is like. Otherwise, people will scrape it off and know that you didn't pay too much.
Yeah, really handy, and it's just so quick, and you're not trying to peel stickers off or anything like that.
Perfect.
So
amazing.
Another little thing to speed it all up. Going back to kind of naming your folders and being creative with it. See what you think of this. So. Also at the boot sale, I spotted this thing and I thought if we are going to organise Charles, the King, into a box or into a file, rather than just slapping a sticker on and putting like King or Charles, I spotted this and I just thought, well, we should put this on the front.
That's so big, no one would mistake that. What is it, a flannel?
It's carpet.
No. Carpet, of course it is.
It's Carpet King Charles. And I saw him at the boot sale and I thought, well, you could, if you wanted to, be really like organised with your Charles memorabilia. You could stick him on there.
It looks good. It looks somehow, it just goes together.
And that's it then. And all your letters could then go to
all the subject matter has to relate to King Charles?
If you are trying to be organised, yes.
Wow, okay. No, that's helpful.
Clarity.
Very, very big clarity there. So nothing else must go in there other than the small amount of invites.
Just the small amounts,
Okay, wow.
Invites, cards, 3-page letters.
Yeah, well,
you will have to watch the first vlog if you miss those.
But he feels lovely. Is that part of a carpet?
I don't know.
No, you just found it.
It was just at the boot sale and
It's a very
I've
unusual.
never seen anything like it, but who knew that you could get a face carpeted? Just show you a bit closer. I think it's quite an exciting concept.
Yes.
Imagine if you had an entire carpet with that print all over it.
Well, it'd be quite cool. I could see that's quite a cool. Is it still modern? I feel it's modern, but it might have tipped over to not be modern now.
I've just never seen it before.
No.
It must be just a marketing trick. They're called artisan luxury flooring, so maybe because they're luxury. But the option is there to stick him on the front of one of those instead of a label.
Well, and what would you stick it with? Because it's a heavier product. You'd need something substantial.
Yeah, I would get the glue gun out for that probably. Or like an adhesive. You know me and my glue gun.
You've got everything there.
There's some options for you. Let us know your storage solutions in the comments, because I always find this stuff really fascinating. What do you put your stuff in? Where do you keep your little trinkets? And if you've got photographs, where do you store those too? Should we have a little look in the cellar?
Oh my goodness. Yes, let's.
Down to the cellar we go, or the basement as some of you call it.
Yeah.
All right. So it has been a while since we were down here. I think we... Oh my goodness!
Yes,
wow.
I mean...
You've been busy.
Really busy. Now, I know if you saw this first, you go, what a lot of stuff. But remember what it was like?
Yes.
Remember
this is incredible.
This was a mountain of towels and cushions and pillows and duvet. This was a mountain.
Oh, you couldn't see the floor over in this corner.
You couldn't, and it also smelt because we had stuff over the drain.
Oh.
And that sort of kept it all a bit damp.
So it was kind of blocking some kind of...
Let's hope we haven't shut
Oh, there is a drain there.
Right, yeah. So that explains quite a lot.
Yes.
And,
Helen, this is incredible.
I know.
How long did all this take you?
Well, me.
Yeah.
So here's the situation.
Right.
So my daughter Helen,
Yeah.
as you know, so she was over from Ibiza, and she's a younger person, and we just made it happen.
This
and it
is
was
amazing.
really interesting when you have a younger person who kind of like we were so focused.
Yes.
It was quite exciting. And then we had very bad bin bags. They were really annoying us, but we didn't go and change and get better ones. We just stuck with, you know, like the really thin ones.
Yeah, because they
were
rip,
strong.
don't they?
Yeah. Well, these were long and thin, but very strong, but not wide.
I'm with you.
As it were. But just seeing her like being young and lifting it and just taking them out. And I was thinking,
well,
I've seen these
the
products.
amount that you've shifted, because this really was a mountain of...
Yeah.
What was in all the bags in the end? Was it a lot of towels?
Cushions, a lot of towels that we took to the lovely cat
Did
place.
you take them to Celia Hammond?
Yeah, I took them to Celia Hammond.
Thank you.
So the towels... cushions, one like my grandmother's tapestry cushion, we've taken to the dry cleaners.
Fantastic.
So we're waiting to see the verdict on that.
Excellent.
So we did keep some, but you know what, we got rid. We got rid.
Yeah, this is incredible. Let's have a little look around. Were these the bin bags you were using?
I think they are,
Yeah, they are thick. Yeah.
Thick but annoying.
Frustratingly narrow.
Yeah.
And how's this corner's looking a lot more pared down as well.
What was bag after bag of clothing that was to go to a car boot, but like 4 years ago. There was mould in the bags.
Yeah.
So even the very odd item, she reclaimed something, I reclaimed it. No, we did reclaim a couple of things, but we did find in another bag stuff for vintage.
Oh, great.
That wasn't mouldy.
And have you sold some bits already?
We have sold.
Amazing.
Yeah, we sold some rather extraordinary shoes, and we've sold some items.
Good, get some cash back.
Yeah.
Excellent. Selling is so satisfying, I think, when you sell bits.
Well, I didn't know how to... She put it all on.
Hannah did all that, did she? Brilliant.
Be doing with that.
Amazing. I am so impressed. This is really, really good. So I think we are definitely in a situation now, down here, where I can come back on another day when we get our diaries together. Definitely get it in.
Oh, I hope we do it. We do something in December. That
let's do
amazing.
it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Well, that's the perfect time before... Actually, that is a really good point. If you're thinking about decorating for Christmas, and I know a lot of people start to think about that even in November time, that's a great time to get your Christmas decorations, go through them all. Because if you want to donate any, the charity shops welcome them at that time of year because they can sell them. They don't really take them, they can take them throughout the year,
but they wouldn't be
it's difficult to shift them. Yeah, exactly.
And also for parties, we did actually get rid of a few tins. There's quite a lot of sausage tins.
Oh!
There's some catering tins. We have got a lot of catering stuff.
Are they like large tins?
Yeah, huge.
Oh, wow,
so
and they're heavy.
Did get rid of some of them, but we've still got some more, so yeah.
Well, they're good because it's like your supply, like...
Yeah, we got our catering. But what's troubling me a lot, Ewan, is just this paint.
Yeah.
And I'm so attached to the paint.
Well, I have hinted already on a couple of my vlogs. I do want to have a little rummage in your paint selection for selfish reasons for my kitchen, because I know you've got so many sample pots and brilliant taste in paint, so I do want to have a little rummage there myself.
Okay.
And maybe I may borrow a couple of samples.
You may. I'll allow you a sample.
Yes, please. I just want to paint some of the some swabs. Do you know how much they're charging these days for a little pot of Farrow and Ball sample? £4.99.
Wow.
That's steep, isn't it?
That is steep. And
for a sample.
And you can maybe mix. I mean, there's so much here.
Yeah.
There's so much here.
But I was just admiring the colour of the paint on Helen's stairs. You've done the lower half up into the, what do you call it? Like the
dado
rail, yeah.
Like that,
And did you say it was Mouse's back?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
So that was very nice.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm keen for a rummage anyway. So.
Yes. Oh, and we've got some lovely colours.
Yeah.
Really nice. I was trying to find the perfect blue, so there's a lot of variations in the pursuit of the perfect blue, which I know you like.
I like blue,
you've got
and
blue.
I think blue is tricky.
And to get, the bright Mediterranean blue that's in our mind, it's not that easy to get.
No, it's not, especially with British weather and grey. Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of variations of blue.
Well, I might borrow a few tins today.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we'll go through all of these, and we will definitely get this pared down, because it is a lot, you're right. And it's taking up almost all of this corner.
Talking about blue.
That's lovely.
That's such a beautiful, cheerful colour.
Yeah.
That is just life.
Yeah.
You know, you just go, oh. You know, like sometimes you can just do something and it covers so well and you just go, that's done. That's correct.
Yeah.
Some colours are correct.
Did you use that on furniture? Was it a piece of furniture?
Yes, that goes on wood.
Lovely.
Quite easily,
yeah.
on benches and mirrors for outside.
Yeah, I see you have got quite the collection.
I know.
And then we've got a bit of Christmas creeping into here. So yeah, we will get all this organised.
Yeah,
but what I'm delighted with is the fact that now we don't have so much propped up against this, so we can access, which is, so to organise it, it makes it so much easier.
But I mean, how are you going, the heck are you going to, I mean, look at that.
So what we're going to do...
That's frightening me.
Yeah, I mean, they go right back. We're going to have to get these all out.
My Lord.
Yeah, I know. And we are going to have to get the lids off a lot of them as well, because we're going to have to really assess, you know, some of these might be dried up by now, and it's, you want to keep them for touch-ups and things, but then if they're dried up, if there's a tiny bit in them, we can get some smaller jars and decant it, label it. A bit time consuming, but...
And we've got to keep the colours of the house, because I'm not going to change it now.
Well, I had an idea for that as well. As we're going through this, I know that a lot of the tins you have written on, and maybe you've written like the room. If you then got to a point where you think, do you know what, I've literally got a scrape of paint left in here, so you want to decant that little bit, you can label that jar. But what we could also do is paint a section of the wall in here, and we could paint a strip of the paint colour, and you could write it next to it.
That's a great idea.
It's quite a bold idea.
No, I love it.
But no, you know, these walls aren't decorative down here.
No.
And so rather than having all these shelves filled up, you can just have a wall, and it's your colours of your house on the wall, so you know you can always see
and if when we move and then somebody else likes it,
exactly,
then
they're going to be able to go, and you could write hallway, colour.
I like
brand.
that. I like that. That's
and I think if it's on the wall, then it's part of the house then, rather than it being on a thing that gets lost.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
That's like quite historical. I'm just
like
that sort of...
You know, like, have you ever seen that thing where like builders might write the date behind wallpaper? It's that kind of vibe, isn't it? So it's almost documenting your colours, part of the house, and yeah, it's a plain white wall down here, so perfect.
I like it.
We had a bit of fun with that.
Yes.
We could do it. How do you say it?
Mural. Or a trompe-l'oeil. No, that's too advanced. But we could, you know, it's like when children do the thing of their...
The height. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like memories.
Yeah.
But it's accurate, because I try and remember to put the colours in my computer, and then I can't find, because I never label this file. And So this is it, the definitive
think with organisation, I always think simplicity is always the best option. You know, there's always digital ways we can do things, but sometimes the best way is like the most simplest.
And then we'll see it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see the colour.
So we'll have to remember to do that now. You have to remind us in the comments if we forget. You've got some artworks too, right?
So obviously this is for the prize.
These are things you do need to keep, I think, aren't they? Because your prize is an ongoing thing. Helen has an ongoing prize, Comedy Women in Print, and it's fantastic.
When we have the winners event, we have to get the unpublished manuscripts, but with the author's name and all, and then they become books. It's really exciting.
By the way, if any of you are budding authors and comedy writers, any of you women watching, and you want to enter, I'll leave Helen's Comedy Women in Print website.
Oh yes,
in the description box. You can get involved.
We're starting.
How many unpublished authors have you now had published?
I would see over 30. You know, people who have published first, second, third novels.
That is incredible.
Yeah, from nothing.
That is such an achievement.
Because you're not allowed to apply if you've been published at all. So it's like from genuinely unpublished authors.
So if any of you have got a witty novel and witty writers and you want to get involved, it's definitely worth entering.
Oh, and look at the website. That's exciting. So then...
Okay, so these are all kind of work bits,
And then Hannah decided she wanted that painting.
Oh, lovely.
So this is quite interesting. It's kind of, you know, a thing which is almost right. And it works for a bit, and then you go, you know what? It's not quite right, so it comes down again. Okay. So that's one of those. It's almost right. It's a lovely kitchen thing. Just cheer and joy.
Where did you have this?
I don't know. It was somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
Probably in the kitchen.
And what are you thinking with this then?
Well, I've got so many. What do we do with them?
So there's some more tucked behind here.
Yeah, loads.
And were these paintings that were up on the walls at some point? Or were they...
I mean, this is a nice frame. And this was when I was went for UNICEF. I went to Tanzania.
Oh, yes.
And in a market I bought, and so I took it home sort of scrolled in a, you know, like in a canvas. And then I got it all fancy framed.
Yeah, lovely thing to do.
Yeah, and then I just decided, you know, sometimes just to have a culling and just get rid of and have the walls to breathe. So I'm in the moment I'm liking walls to breathe.
I go through phases like that.
Yeah.
I swap around the artworks in different rooms as well, and sometimes if you change the paint colour on the wall, then you decide that the artwork's not quite right in that space anymore.
It's got to be right.
And because they evoke emotions, don't they? Don't you think? And if you're looking at the same thing all the time in certain areas, it's worth considering that and sometimes swapping them around. And then
absolutely,
I've just put something in the bedroom actually, which I'll share with you soon. And when I do my little bedroom makeover video, you're going to love it.
I'm excited
I think you'll all love it as well. And it is so cheerful that when I see it, it just immediately puts a smile on your face.
Yes.
And I think that's a really lovely thing to have. So
really important.
It's worth reviewing all your artworks, I think, regularly.
Really important.
Yeah.
So then, you know, these aren't all mine. And you can tell it's all quite sort of 1960s and fading and stuff. Some, I mean... the ones I don't really recognise. And then, oh look, this is something. This is talked about Trompe l'oeil earlier. I went on an art course for. I used to write a column in Woman and Home. Before they sacked me, but there we go. Everyone gets sacked. And we went on a course. With Janet Shearer in Cornwall, and I think this was Hannah, my daughter's painting.
That's so lovely.
But the idea of Trompe l'oeil is that you look through something. So that's like a window.
Oh yeah.
Or you know, from a ship, isn't it?
Be nice to get that up on display
actually,
somewhere.
That's quite. You know, that to find that. This is the thing when you find things and people keep precious things of the past. You know, of childhood. To keep some things, isn't it? You don't want to get rid of everything. But that's lovely just to have seen that, actually.
And sometimes you go off things for a while, but then you rediscover them as well. So when you have the luxury of a cellar like this, it is sometimes worth... I think even with things like your home decor pieces, like vases and stuff... You know, we don't want them all out on display all the time. And sometimes I do have a couple of shelves in my home where I've got things like vases and lamps. And I just sort of rotate them a little bit
around.
And then, you know, it's almost like you can shop your own home then.
No, that's
as you feel like a change.
I agree. You get excited again. You know, you remember why you liked it. And I think that I'm really pleased to have found that because, she might want it. Well, she might say,
it's really cheerful. I like the dolphin just peep. It's very atmospheric, and there's another thing like a shark in the distance,
and also the wood, the wood effect. Anyway, we've got more paint underneath, hiding, nestling. And just loads of these. So I just can't face it.
No.
I haven't been able to face it.
We will come back to this for sure. Good. And, you know, we'll do some work on how to sort of decide with your artworks what can go or what we do with a lot of it. Same with the paints. And, I think I'm very impressed. Well done.
There's space.
Yeah. And this is the other thing. If you're keeping things like, you know, if you are wanting to create an area in your home so you can shop it, you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to access it. You have to be able to easily see it, because otherwise you're never able to then rotate it.
Like that mountain.
Yeah, the mountain was preventing that.
Blubber has now gone.
Yeah.
And that was a mountain.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah.
Well done. I mean, we've now got space to work with.
Yeah.
And there is already, I can see what's going on. You know, we've got the baking trays for your parties. We've got the rackets for your tennis sessions.
Yeah, this was ordered. Okay.
Jelly, what's that?
Oh, that's a very special...
Is it a bunt tin?
That's a... Yes, tell you, that's a cake shape tin. Oh, I think. Unless it is a jelly tin, I don't know. Yeah. But my grandmother used to make things called Google hoops.
Oh, that sounds good.
And sort of like chocolate and not chocolate mix together. Marbly thing, yeah.
So I can already see, you know, and this is going to make it so much easier for us to tackle.
Some lurking cushions that are a bit...
Okay.
Because I wanted to keep... because it was damp here, I thought I don't want any fabrics down here. I just sort of banned the fabrics. So I might have to now see these. just take them and put them somewhere warm. It's not. Although I've said that in the fabrics there, there they are.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, and I discovered a whole load of blue velvet in the dark paper that could be used to reupholster a chair.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's an amazing colour velvet.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, I think you're right. If we can get those upstairs into the main home.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, we have another artwork up here, teetering on top.
Oh, that, yeah, well, I'll have to talk you through the history of that one.
Okay.
Yes, that was for when one was newly married.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not going to say any more.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. Enough said. Right, brilliant. We are now in Helen's office, which from this angle and framing looks very organised because you have your special backdrop.
I've got the fake facade.
Yeah. However, things in here we haven't had chance to. Yeah, which is fair enough. This happens, and you know, I think the amount of work you've done in the cellar, it's completely understandable that you haven't got around to tackling anything in here yet. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair enough.
But do you think it's the same?
I would say it's maybe a little bit worse.
I see, it reflects my state of mind, and I am quite anxious at the moment and trying to do a lot of things.
It's the paper that's I feel we have more of.
That's what I was saying to you about, you know, without, I keep getting more and more of these.
Yeah.
And then with the post-it note, and it's false organisation.
Yeah.
And that is just I thought I'd sorted some of this. I can't believe it.
Well, maybe I'm not looking in the right areas. This is not a negative because the cellar is incredible and the amount, I can see what you've done down there.
I would genuinely love to have some space.
Yeah.
And I know it would make me feel better.
I think
so. And
so.
it's like, you know, there, I mean, that actually is a bench, believe it or not.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful bench.
But it's holding, but you know, where would we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So this is definitely one that we will revisit, and I think we'll get your cellar done first.
Okay.
I think the cellar would be a good one to complete because that's in a state where I can kind of get at it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see the difference.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. And then, meanwhile, I can set you a few little tasks in here.
Yeah.
I think your main ones are going to be, let's get rid of any paperwork that you can. Because I'm seeing a lot of paper. Oh, did you?
I had to do a job this morning that I'd forgotten I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I know it's not good for the trees, but I had to print out notes.
Uh-huh.
And yes, and then I binned the notes.
Brilliant. The other one I think we'll do in here is just the books. I think there's definitely some books that would be easy wins that you could pull out and get rid of.
Oh, what, get rid of books? Not put like that funny box thing in. You're taking out.
Big lumpy books. Oh, it's the light. Wow. Suddenly look at this background. It looks like we're in some kind of
spirits are telling us.
The light is saying you've done enough for today. Yeah. You can't see us anymore.
No, it's definitely a message. And when you said big lumpy books, that was slightly critical, but I'm okay with that.
The reason I say the lumpy books is so that when they're things that you can kind of remove and immediately it does create a lot of space. Yeah. But it's only if you can remove them, you know, and there might be some in here where you don't have an attachment to them and they could potentially...
No, I can't wait to see it in a different guise, honestly. I've got to do it.
And this is a beautiful room, so I think we could definitely get this into a nice, calm, organised space for you.
Been like this for a very long time.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it, as well? Because this is like years of project.
Yeah, years.
Yeah. We have both got a dash now, so we're going to end the vlog here. But do you know what? I am so impressed with how far you've come. The cellar is incredible, and we've got lots of plans for continuing Helen's epic, ultimate, deluxe declutter.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already so you don't miss any future uploads. I'm also going to link Helen's memoir in the description box. You can get your hands on a copy of that and read all about Helen.
Yes.
Helen's exciting life.
Everything.
It's very funny, so that will be linked for you as well. And yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know how you think Helen got on. And any tips for our next bit of organisation down in the cellar as well would be more than welcome. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And thank you, Helen, for allowing me back in your home to share your journey with everybody.
Thank you. Where would we be without you? I mean, it's clearer, isn't it?
Helen is off on a very exciting adventure, which I'm sure you'll hear more about soon as well. That's all I can say. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.